but I decided to do it because this fight is real near and dear to me. It's just one of them fights you can't help but to talk about because it always deserves, to me, a yearly discussion. I think when they get around close to the 40th anniversary or the 40th anniversary, I think they should do a panel, and I think that they should have an open discussion and rejudge this fight on who really won this fight. And it was kind of funny when I first saw this fight, like over 30 years ago. Now, I didn't see the live broadcast, but I saw it, I think, a week later. I think it came on HBO like a week later. And it was kind of funny when I watched it. Now, my uncle and my stepdad, who were huge Sugar Ray Leonard fans, thought that Sugar Ray Leonard won. But then when I saw it, I kind of was like, because, for a minute I just went and bought into it. But as I got a little bit older, and, and every once in a while they would show it on HBO or, and this is before YouTube, I'd watch it and then I'd be like, I don't know. But as a person who watched this fight, at least I've watched this fight maybe 20 times. After YouTube came about and, certain, cable outlets that would broadcast this fight, I came to the conclusion after watching this fight at least maybe between 25 to 30 times, I came to the conclusion that Hagler should have got the nod. Now I'm gonna go into deep discussion breaking down this fight about negotiations, what went into it, because I think Marvin Hagler won as far as the money end went, but as far as everything else, Hagler wanted this to be a 15-round fight. Sugar Ray Leonard asked for a 12-round fight. And not to mention, Sugar Ray Leonard asked for a bigger ring. But just watching this fight, Sugar Ray Leonard, he did take the early rounds, but as the fight went on, Marvin Hagler started to get comfortable, and then he was able to start initiating his offense and getting off on Sugar Ray Leonard, because Sugar Ray Leonard had this plan, and he said it himself. Basically, he told his corner to try to keep track of the time of every round, and as whenever the round had like 30 seconds left, his corner man would yell out 30 seconds, and then you would see Sugar Ray Leonard try to go on them rallies where he had just throw a whole bunch of punches and try to sway the judges to go in his favor. But if you really watch that fight, Sugar Ray Leonard wasn't landing all those punches. Now, at the end of the fight, when they had the punch stats, they saying Sugar Ray Leonard landed like an astronomical amount of punches. And this is before CompuBox. And CompuBox ain't even accurate at times. But when I watched this fight, and then when I seen how they had this fight scored, one judge had the fight scored like some ridiculous score. I can't remember the scores, but I was just like, man, is you kidding me? But I thought Marvin Hagler should have got the nod, because I just think towards the second half of the fight, he controlled the pace of the fight, and he fought his fight, and he cracked Sugar Ray Leonard, and he hurt him. Now, I know Sugar Ray Leonard was a media darling back then, and everybody liked Sugar Ray Leonard, but behind the scenes, you heard some things about Sugar Ray Leonard. But just watching that fight, I was just like, man, I just don't know. I never thought that Sugar Ray Leonard really won that fight. I just thought that Hagler won the fight. Now, if you thought Sugar Ray Leonard did enough to win the fight, then that's fine. But me, myself, watching that fight, I just thought that Hagler should have got the nod, because Sugar Ray Leonard did not dominate in that fight. Like I said, he did get the early rounds. Like, you can make an argument that he probably won the first 4 rounds. But then as the fight went on, you started to see Hagler start to land shots with Sugar Ray Leonard. And he started to stalk Sugar Ray Leonard and started to walk him down. because Sugar Ray Leonard was on his bicycle a lot, you know, especially the first few rounds of the fight. Sugar Ray Leonard did not want to engage. And it was even a point in the fight where Sugar Ray Leonard admitted, where Hagler said, hey, why don't you stand and fight me? And he called him a B and everything. And Sugar Ray Leonard was like, nah, I'm not falling for that. So it was just one of them fights you just watch. You just be like, man, I thought Sugar Ray Leonard lost that fight. I had Hagler winning it maybe 7-5. Or maybe you could go, you know, maybe 6-5-1 even, or maybe, you know, 6-4-2 even for Hagler. I just thought Hagler won that fight. It was a very controversial fight at the time. And like I said, Sugar Ray Leonard was a media darling. So, you know, keep in mind, they didn't have social media back then. Nobody wasn't even thinking about social media. And I think had they had social media back then, and they basically had a real discussion about this, because keep in mind, a lot of people was in favor of Sugar Ray Leonard, so they just went his way regardless. But I think now, if you really had that discussion about who won that fight, I think a lot of people would tell the truth and say that we thought Hagler did enough to win that fight. That's just me. But anyway, got to get back to work. Talk about this later on. It's your boy Town. I'm out.